Video blog number 17.
17.
Which number?
17.
On the surface, all Southeast Asian countries share the same history. Poor farming villagers come into conflict with a colonial power. Normally it's about the trade of resources like spices or tea. Eventually, the colonial power takes over each place, finding that it's easier to control the trade with force rather than reason. European firepower is too much to overcome. But by the beginning of the 1900s, each country begins to organize and rise up. By the time World War II is over, the people have had enough. They claim independence and self-govern. But being disorganized and new to it all, most places get taken over by a military government who control the chaos by force. One military ruler replaces another. But the generalities end there, because as you travel, quickly you notice something different. A flower you haven't seen before, a new smell, more Buddhist monks in one place, a wedding procession that pops out of nowhere. Every new sighting raises questions. Who ruled this place? The British, the French, the Dutch? One question leads to an inquiry, and before you know it, the history is all woven together like a quilt. These nuances give each place its character and make you realize that it's tough to generalize a single town, never mind an entire country.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing.
Chances are you haven't been here. Chances are, if you have been here, you were able to see only what the government allowed you to see. And chances are, if you visit Myanmar, the nuances of the country will make you want to see all of it. Okay, so here are 60 seconds of the history of Myanmar as chosen by me. Originally ruled as the Kingdom of Pagan for 1,000 years, Burma eventually fell under British rule after a series of brutal wars in the 1800s. Ostensibly over the control of teak wood trade, but more truthfully about the fight for control of territory with France. Britain effectively ruled Burma as a division of British India, and thus all aspects of life here have Indian influences. From the 1960s until today, Myanmar has been ruled under a military government. In 2014, Suu Kyi's National Party was popularly elected, and although the military still holds control of much of the country, they are beginning the slow evolution to democracy. Burma is one of the most Buddhist countries on earth, and you won't travel too far without seeing a procession of monks, either taking a morning offering, singing, or just moving around. The state of health here is poor, one of the lowest anywhere, and a shocking example of this is the addiction of rural people to the betel nut, a leaf and nut chewing habit that leaves people with a red stained mouth and oral cancer within 10 years. The main city in Myanmar is Yangon, a historic Burmese town that is seeing massive change as it opens up to the rest of the world. From there I headed up to Bagan, the center of this historic Pagan kingdom and home to more than 3,000 Buddhist temples. The scenery is a photographer's dream. Sunrises or sunsets create lasting images. But shockingly, this place is not too overrun by tourists. You can motorbike around at will and visit any temple without restriction.
Everybody? No, I'm trying to get the size of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to Dama Yangi. Ready?
Yeah.
Doorways are filled in. No.
In fact, you're just as likely to have your path blocked by a goat herder than you are by too many tourists.
We should get ahead of the ghost.
The added bonus of this trip was meeting up with family from Ontario, who decided to compete in long-distance races in the 30-plus degree heat of Bagan.
Peter Brock Collins finishing.
Finally, I traveled to Inlay Lake, a very picturesque area known for its famous one-legged fishermen and beautiful wildlife. I also visited a colorful market where the Shan Mountain people from eastern Myanmar come to sell their goods. What's the name of it? What's the name of it?
誒，識嘢咯，係人咯。We call headed fish. Headed. The head of the fish is very like a spear.
Oh, I see,
Yeah,
I see.
we call headed fish, but many names.
Well, here I go. This is my favorite tradition, finding a local bowl of noodle soup. Whatever the latest spices and the local traditions are, so let's give it a shot. Very sweet. Tamarind. I think gotta have tamarind in it. Excellent. The last part of this story has to be about the widely reported genocide which is going on in western Myanmar, in the area that borders Bangladesh. Rohingya Muslims from Bangladesh have been living in Myanmar for decades, but the country refuses to recognize them and sees them as a terrorist threat. These Muslims are being killed and forced to flee by boats to anywhere they can land. Sadly, most people I talk to refuse to acknowledge that there was any problem worth reporting. Our world seems to be awash with migrant and genocide problems, and these people are living the nightmare every day. For more information, here's a link to a good video on YouTube.
Tous vos figures. Ouais.
Chocolate donut.
I got it.
Say again? Where are we, buddy? Tell me about this girl.
She's so evil. And the girl is so evil because she has all the powers.
As most of you know, our time in Indonesia has come to an end. 4 years to the day after arriving in Indonesia, Jose and I and the family spent a few last days in the luxury of the Dharma Wangsa Hotel to soak up all we could before we had to go.
Now this is my little wall. And this over here is my little chair.
And now that it's over, and all of our stuff is packed in boxes, ready to ship home to Canada, the kids are ready for a new adventure. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Sledding.
Here you go.
Double step.
We're both back.
Yeah.
So now, goodbye to our friends in Indonesia. Hello to the grandparents. And Merry Christmas and Happy 2017 to everyone.
Right.
Hope to see you all soon. 2, 3. Happy New Year!